Hi there, Claire. How are you there? Do you hear me, man? Your mic is not on. Yeah. You please turn on your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Fantastic. How are you there?
I'm very good. I'm so sorry. I was in traffic and I've ended up running on the call, so I do apologize.
Don't do it. That's okay. It's all right. We were just chatting with each other, just warming up the environment for you to come to share your knowledge, to share everything with us. So if everything is set up, tonight I'm the host of this event that is held by Meetup team, Baharmaz and Darani and other team members. I'm really happy to be here with you all. I am Iman Abrishamchi. I am IRST MCC, and you can see the rest on my LinkedIn profile. If I want to introduce Dr. Clare, it could take something more than 1 hour to introduce her and her achievement and everything. Dr. Clare Beckett McInroy is my master. From the day I started, coaching journey, I was with her, and tonight I am really happy to be hosting this event with her. Dr. Clare Beckett McInroy is the founder of BMC, Coach Me, ICF, MCC, ACTC, EMCC, and lots of other abbreviation that is also my dream to be coming true. Dr. Clare, tonight you will be mentoring the coaching session that is held by Hami. Hami has got the certificate of ACCP from Impact Coaching Academy, and she will be coaching the coachee. That is, her name is Rosie. And thank you all for coming to this session, Hami, Rosie, and Dr. Clare. So, Dr. Clare, if you have anything to say when we start and whatever it is, I'm really happy to hear from you.
Okay, so thank you so much for inviting me today. I appreciate the invitation. I'm looking forward to listening to the coaching session. Coaching is one of my favorite things, as Iman knows. And I hope that by the end of the session, everyone leaves with something that they can then take and practice in their own coaching. So a little bit about me, without going into great detail. I deliver ICF level 1, 2, and 3, and also the AATC for team coaching. And as Iman knows, because he is a supervisor, we also do supervision training that's accredited by EMCC.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Clare. Hami, do you have anything to share before we start?
Of course. Yeah. First, a big hi and respect to Dr. Clare. Again, thank you for the invitation. And I know you, and such as Iman told, that such as a role model you are in my coaching career, and very proud to be here, to be mentored by you. And thank you, Iman, for everything you share. And I know that you have a hand, what to say in English, I don't know. You have a relational connection in this event. Thank you for that. And I am Hami, that you know. For those who don't know, that I am about to deliver my first credential by next month, my PCC. And so I make myself in this stage just to be mentored by one of the top mentors in the world. And yeah, this is us and you, and very appreciated to you and everybody.
Fantastic. Congratulations in advance to your
Thank
PCC.
you.
I wanted to be the first one to congratulate you for your credential. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. Thank you. And Rosie or Rose, I'm not sure.
Rosie.
Rosie, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you for your presence, and thank you for everything. Being volunteered to be coached in here is really courageous from my point of view, and thank you. Anything to share?
Thank you so much for having me tonight. I'm so glad to be able to share my story with every single one of you. And my name is Rosie. I'm 24, and I am ready to talk about something that it's been bothering me for so long.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Rosie. And just to share everything about this coaching session, Rosie, the recording of this session would be shared with your permission. Any part of the coaching session that you are not happy to continue, just keep cool and just share it with us. We are really open-minded about it. And as we embody the coaching mindset, whatever it is down there, that should be with your permission. So at first and in the end, we will ask you again whether you're okay with sharing the coaching sessions recording to others. And your coaching session, Hami, would be around 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes, I appreciate the wrap up and everything, and we will go through the fruitful session of mentoring that I'm really willing to hear from Dr. Clare. Is it all? Is it clear? Okay.
Yes. And I also I want to add this. I have no problem that this session is going to be recorded.
Fantastic. So I appreciate everyone just closed their videos, and I appreciate if you all not share anything in comments. Do not open up your mic to be able to have the harmony of the session and to be able to have a session that is very productive based on coaching competencies and everything. So we are here, we are having this from Iran, and I'm really happy to have this with you all. So Hami, Rosie, session is yours. Time is 7:20 Tehran time. We will be having this session for 30 minutes with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Iman. Just to having a fair play, should I close the video as well, or just I am the only person with camera on?
Whatever you are okay with it. Okay. From my pointer, I have been coaching people, okay, with open videos because of the connection. Because you are coaching a person and your body language, of course, Rosie could see your body language and everything. My suggestion for you is for your video to be opened up. But the flow is yours.
Yeah, thank you for your suggestion. I do in both ways. I am open, but if I think that I'd like to or I need to close the camera, just I say in advance that I close the camera. And Rosie, if you need to look at me or you need to see me, just please notice me, okay?
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on, what's surprising. So just I give a permission to myself and ask your permission. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, great, Rosie. Again, good to see you here, and I hope you do well. How are you today?
Thank you so much. As I said, I'm so happy to be able to share my story with every one of you, and I'm so glad to see you again, dear Hami. And I am good. I feel great tonight.
Great to hear that. Thank you. Yeah. So today we have a 30 minutes, a bit more or less session, and we are going to work on your issue that we have talked in our zero session. So let's dive in. What's the most important piece that you would like to focus today?
Actually, I was thinking about this, I'm not going to call it a problem, but I'm going to call it something that I've been struggled to just fix it in my life. And I was hoping that this session is going to help me Something that I want to talk about tonight is about myself, about something that I've always struggled, fixing it, something that I've always tried to, tell myself, like I was always talking to myself and saying, okay, you can do this. This is not a problem for you, but I'm going to say it. It's about me. I don't know if the relationship, if it's a friend relationship, between family, between friends, or even a partner. But every single time when I see someone that I know maybe he or she is not good for me or for my life or for my health, but I still keep, being in that relationship, and I just continue to, be in that relationship until the moment that they do something, or they gonna hurt my feelings, and they gonna just they're not going to be honest with me. So I don't know why I'm not capable of saying the word no when someone is just hurting me or saying something to me. And I'm just like always, I'm in a quiet mood. I'm not saying anything. And in my opinion, I just think that maybe I'm going to hurt their feelings, but I don't think that they are hurting my feelings, and they don't care about me. Why should I care about them? So it's really hard for me. I was in a 2 years relationship, and in the beginning of that relationship, I knew that we are not good for each other, and it was a toxic relationship. And I knew that every single day we had a fight, we got into a fight, and the next day we were good together, and the other day we're again in the middle of a fight. And in the beginning of that relationship, I still knew that that person is not good for me. He hurt my feelings. He kind of like hit me a few times. He cheated on me, but I still was in that relationship, and I continued to be in that relationship until the moment that I thought that it's enough, and I'm not going to just I'm not going to handle this relationship all by myself. It's supposed to be mutual. It's supposed to be between me and that person. It doesn't matter if it's a friend or it's a partner or a family. It's something that we both have to try for it. But in my relationship, it was only me who tried to fix everything, and it was only me who stayed. Even though I knew that it's going to be painful, I knew that it's going to hurt my feeling, but I still was just trying and trying every single day. And I'm better. I'm better than I was, but I am still not really capable of saying the word no, even though that I know if I say it, everything will be better than that it is.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your story. And first of all, I'm sorry for the 2 years experience that you have had. And that was, as you say, the toxic and not healthy relationship. And congratulations that you're better now in the relationship. And it's understandable that I have picked from you some pieces that relationship, that healthy relationship, what does it mean for you, the healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship, in my opinion, is a relationship that we both need to talk about problems that we have. We need to just respect for each other, and I need to just calm down when there's a fight. I'm not going to just say everything that comes out of my mouth. And I need to just be respectful about that person's maybe region or family or anything, that because we know that we are from different families, different cultures, and different personalities. So we're supposed to just understand each other and just let ourselves to just be relaxing that relationship, not trying to, try to be someone else in that relationship. To be yourself and try to be honest with your partner. And as I said, not only a partner, I had a lot of problems like this, even with my friends, with my best friend for 7 years. And I knew that my friend is not actually a good friend for me, but I still gave her chances every single time until I thought that it's enough. So I think a relationship must be like I'm free to tell everything about myself and not be scared or afraid that, oh, someone is going to talk about it or someone's going to hear about this. Or if there's a problem, we need to just fix it together and we need to talk about it. We need to see each other alight. We need to just work on a relationship, not only just one person. It's not a challenge for one person. It's supposed to be for both of them. So this is my opinion, actually.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying it. And Rosie, it sounds that, as I got you, that you have had this challenge for a while, or a struggle, as you named it. And why it is important for today, and why do you picked it for talking or working on today?
I picked this topic for today because currently I am, I'm working on, I'm not working, actually, I'm ready to go in a relationship with someone. We were talking, it's been like 2 or 3 months that we've been talking, and actually it's 3 months past and he is not clearly talking about this relationship, and he doesn't name it. He doesn't say that it's a relationship or it's a friendship or it's just we know each other and sometimes we say hi. But even though he calls me every single day, but I'm not his girlfriend, or I'm not even his friend. So I was thinking that, why am I waiting for his response? Why am I not saying anything? Why am I doing that mistake again and just waiting for that person to hurt me? Even though it's been 3 months and he doesn't said anything. So it means that he doesn't want me or something. So I need to be clear about this. What am I waiting for? So this was the reason I actually decided to talk about this topic, because it's been happening right now in my life. So I really need to be clarified about it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and before wrap up that and double check what I have from you, what achievement actually would you like to have when you leave this session?
I actually want to be that strong and to just even leave someone that I really love. Maybe I don't really care if it's a friend or it's a partner, or I don't know, even if it's a family.
Sorry to interrupt you. Would you repeat your first sentence?
Yes,
I think that
I said I don't want to be afraid of leaving someone. I just want to, I don't care if I really love that person, but if I know that he or she is going to hurt my feelings or hurt myself, I just want to let them go and let them be free, and I will be free then. So I really want to learn this from this session. I really want to just be honest with myself, and I don't want to fool myself by saying that, oh, he's going to be okay, oh, she's going to be okay. It's not like this. It's nobody's going to change. And they're going to be the same when you are in a relationship with someone in 2 years. If they hadn't changed, so they're not going to change. Why are you waiting for them? So I just want to really learn this, that if from the first moment that I know that it's not them, it's not the right person, I just want to leave them. I just want to be really quickly, by just blinking an eye, I just want to leave them, and I don't want to put myself in a position again.
Okay. So what I have from you in this story, just let me share with you, and anywhere that please edit me if it's needed to modify, that you're going, or you are in a relationship that you think that you don't like to have the same experience that you have passed in your relationship, that were toxic and not healthy for you, and here you want to be more strong, to let people go if it is not fit you, if it doesn't fit you. And here I picked from you to saying no to the people, with not fearing of the letting or missing them. And this is the top pieces that I have from you. And what is the relationship? I'm very curious about what is the real relationship with the fear of the missing people and saying no in your thoughts. First, if you need edit me, please tell me. Am I right to get you?
Yeah, about the first part, yes, but
Yes.
about the no situation, I don't know. Since I was a kid, I've always struggled saying no to my friends, to my family, and every single person that I met, they kind of like misjudged me, even for me not to say no. So I don't know if it's in my childhood or if I saw something or if I don't know if it was in my family or something happened to me. I don't really know about this, but I actually don't really know about the relationship between the no and myself.
Okay. If we shift from your childhood, that it probably happened, to the present time, to the recent time, that you have the same feeling, can you go back and refer to that situation, the last time you had this feeling?
The last time I had this feeling, except for right now that it's happening in my life, was 4 months ago when I was out with my best friend. We've been together, we've been best friends for almost 10 years. And we were out and we were just hanging around. And suddenly someone came by and we just said hi. And my friend went to the bathroom and she needed to do a phone call or I don't know anything. So we were just chatting with that person, and she just said something about myself that I only told that friend. I only said it to my best friend, and I was shocked when I found out that she knew about this story. And I actually had this problem for so long. We've been friends for 10 years, and I've seen this things of her like for so many times, but I was not able to say, or I was not able to end that friendship. And the moment that I found out that she said something personal and a secret from me, like to someone else, that I trusted her. So it was the moment that I decided to just let it go, and I thought that it's not good for me. It's not healthy. I'm not ready to just cry and just think about this problem every single time it's happening. And it happened like for 6 or 7 times, and I was just like so pissed off, and I was so like angry about it. So the last time that happened was almost 5 months ago.
Okay, and sorry to hear that, and very happy to get out of that relation that after you pissed off. And just to correct me, that you left the relationship and you understood that the relationship was not good for you after you have experienced that story, and you did it. Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay.
ended that relationship. I
Okay.
thought that it was enough.
And so, how was, or where was the fear of letting people go, and the fear that you think that it goes back to your childhood or anywhere? Can you tell me about your feeling in that moment?
I just every single time that I think about someone letting me go or just leaving me or me leaving someone else, I think about a few things that happened to me since I was a child. And I don't know if it's relatable with my problem, but I want to talk about it. I was a kid. I got lost 4 or 5 times when I was with my family, and I every single time just sit down and I cried, and I was just like, why do they left me? Why did they ignored me? Why did they forgot me? So every single time I run into them, I try to find them, and I think it's might be relatable, but every single time they kind of left me, they were worried. I'm not saying that they were not, but it wasn't like me. I was more worried about myself than they were worried about me. So I think that maybe because I got left so many times, I'm afraid that someone again is going to leave me behind.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. The children's stories, our childhood. Many children maybe experience this kind of happenings. You're not alone in this, and I'm sure that many people in this room have experienced it. So in that time you were a child, you were a kid, and 4 months ago that you have experienced letting go, were there the outcome the same with your childhood? Did you experience the same fear in your
Yes,
last?
exactly. I felt like I was lost again. I was just all alone by myself, and
Mhm.
nobody's going to find me this time.
So was it real?
Um, it was kind of like real, but I try to gather myself and just not let myself be in the same position over and over again.
Which kind of position you mean?
Like, be scared or afraid of someone's leaving. I just received a lot of help, and just I had someone that I was talking with, her, and she helped me a lot in this situation, and she just said that it's not your fault. They did something to you. Why you blame yourself every single time? Why you think that you did something to them? It was them that they hurt you, and it's not only you. So I kind of like, I tried to pull myself out of it, and I didn't want it to stay in the same position that I was. And for a few years, I always, when something like this happened to me, every single time it took me 3 or 4 months to just gather myself and come back to my real life. And that time I knew I lost my 10 years relationship with my friend, but I needed to just let it go because I knew that it's the best way.
Yeah, yeah. When you talk about your decision that you left those relationship, I hear a very stress and intonation on your words, and I know that you stand on your decision. And so here, just I am going a bit lost, so I want your help. We have some things on the table, Rosie. As our time is passing, I want to ask your help that which piece can we pick to help us to move forward and go closer to the achievement that you want to be strong enough to let the relationship, let the people go and to finish the relationship. Here we have a piece that's to saying no, and here to be more stronger, and a kind of a relationship topic and pieces. Can you help us, our session, to pick one to go deeper and dive in?
Yes, of course. I would rather to talk about the no situation.
Which one? Excuse me?
The no. No, to be able
Okay.
to say
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So to be able to say no, what would happen, or what would your life look like if you would be able to say no? Do you have any vision of it?
Actually, I have, because so many things has happened to me since I was a kid, and I always think with myself, and I say, back that time, if I said a no to that person, my life would have changed. And I've experienced things that I knew when I even say no to that person. It doesn't matter if it's now or it's in the past or future, but I know that there are so many things that I actually right now, I'm struggling. And I know, if I say no to so many of my friends and so many of my relationship, my life will be really better. And I kind of like imagine saying no even to one of my friends that I currently have relationship with her, and we are so close friends. And but for so many things, she asks me for things that I am not capable of doing them, but I still do it because I don't want to hurt her feelings. But I just want to, this time I want to say no, I am not going to do that thing. I'm not going to say that thing. I'm not going to buy that thing. So to just not always for them. This time I want it to be for myself.
Mm-hmm. Would you elaborate on it? What do you mean to say no to yourself?
No, 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 no. Just to them. I just
Okay, okay.
sometimes, yeah, I just don't want to say. I just want to say no to them for so many
Mm,
things that
mm,
I'm not really interested in doing it.
okay. So, what is going on here? I'd like to know your thoughts. That although you know that if you say no, good things happen. As I hear your smile, although that I don't have your face, but everything gets better. And although you know all of this, still you stay in this position of not saying no. And what cost you? Or it's better to say that what benefits do you get from saying not saying no? Although you know, if you say no, everything get better.
Actually, I've thought about this a lot, but the good feeling after I do that thing my friend gave me, I think it's the reason why I don't say the no word. I just don't want them to be, to get upset with me, or I maybe as I said, the fear of leaving me. I just want to do everything as I can for them, just because I want them to stay and I want them to be happy every single time. So maybe it's this.
Mm-hmm. Am I right that if you don't say no and you get a good feeling, then you say yes from them?
Yes, I get a good feeling when I say I'm not getting a good feeling of saying the yes. I just get the good feeling of
Not saying no.
after the yes, not saying no. And when I do something for them after that, I know that I'm not supposed to do that, or it's hard for me to do that, or maybe it takes time to do that thing. But after that, I know that they're happy and they're kind of like so better with me. And I don't know, it's just like it gives me a good feeling that I know that I did something good for someone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
I want to share you something. I'm not sure that it is correct or not. Please just notice me. I picked from you that the healthy relationship is a relationship that is mutual and both parts are sharing or playing their cards. And here I'm getting from you that, that you don't want to make them hurt or get, for example, disturbed from you, because if you say no, maybe they feel not well. So I see something, such a paradox here, but I'm not sure about it. I'd like you to make it clear, more clear. Am I open to explain myself? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I have you.
Hi. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did
Can you
you,
just
was it
no.
clear?
I'm sorry. No, I couldn't hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Okay.
I'd like to paraphrase it. Just I want to share you something that I am a bit confused, that I'd like to be more clear. At the beginning of our session, I picked from you that the healthy relationship is the relationship that both sides play their cards and have their roles. And here, I picked from you that in the relationship with your friends, you are struggling, you are doing your best to keep the relationship, not making them sad, or for example, maybe probably with saying no. Just I can't put these together aside. Healthy
Um,
relationship and this kind of
yeah,
relationship.
I know what you're saying, but unfortunately, I know a lot of things about life, but I cannot just do it myself. I know that the relationships should be mutual, but in that relationship, I know, as I said, I always stay in the relationship until I'm gonna get hurt. Even though I know that it's supposed to be mutual, I know that she needs to do something for me in return, but it's always me who tries more. Uh, I know that it's supposed to be between both of us. I know everything about that relationship, but it's about me. The problem, it's about me not letting that relationship go.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a fear in me. There's
Yeah.
something inside me that not letting me
Mm.
leave.
So let's a bit go back. If you say no, everything gets better in the relationship, as I got you. So where is the fear when you say this, when you think about it? Can you see where
I
is
fear
the
that
fear?
what?
A fear of that you're talking about and you're feeling now. A fear of letting people, leaving people.
Yeah, there actually, if I understood it correctly about what you said, um there's a fear in me, but actually I love those people. I don't want to just let them go. And also they love me in return. They just care about me, but it's something happened in relationships a lot, and we get into a fight. Maybe we have different things in mind, and we like different things, and there are so many differences in a relationship. But how could I say it? But it's just like me. I think it's just all about me. I love them, and I just don't want to let them go. And there's a fear inside me that maybe I'm going to be alone my entire life. So the only thing I can
Mm,
say about this
mm,
is
yeah. And when you're talking about this this outcome that you predict, what do you feel that you're going to be alone in your whole life?
um actually there's something about me, because I've learned a lot since I was a kid, and so many things like this happened to me. I am always ready to be alone, and I was always ready. And every single thing that I do in my life, I do it all by myself. And even my mom just sometimes, or my dad, gets into a fight with me, and they're just worried about me. That thing happened to you. Why did you just do it yourself? Why didn't you just ask us for help? And I'm just like, because I don't know, since I was a kid, I've learned to do everything myself, and I just learned to fix my problems all by myself. And I cried a lot at nights, and there was nobody around me. And even my mom, she just lives downstairs with me, but she didn't knew that I was crying the entire night. So it's just like I've predicted for so long. I kind of like, I'm ready if something like this happens to me. I'm
Mm,
not gonna fear it. I'm not gonna fear it anymore. Kind of like, I'm ready if it's going to happen, and if it's going to be like this for my life. I'm ready.
okay, yeah. Mm, that's little Rosie, the strong little Rosie, I imagine, and the lady as well. And so I want you to help me, Rosie. Here, actually, I'm curious, or maybe I don't understand something that I acknowledge your fear. I see your fear that goes back to your childhood, or maybe here, or many of people, most people have. But what about now? That when you, as an adult, you know that if sometimes you say no, you will experience a healthier relationship. How can you deal with this fear, or uh, the validity of this fear in the adulthood relationship? How can you see it? I
Um,
want to know your thoughts about this, because it seems for me such a confusing about your understanding of a mature relationship here. And you're very aware of your kind of fear that goes back to your childhood, and just I want you help me to be um, in your pace.
Yes, I know what you're saying, but as I said, it's always I know so many things, but it's just like when you go in a, I don't know, you go in a park or something. There's a dangerous just game there, but you still want to play that game, and you
Mhm.
still want to be in that game, because you are kind of like interested in kind of like those things, but you know that it might be just like painful, or if it's just like it's going to hurt you, but you still choose to go and play it. So I think in my situation and in my position, it's just like this. I sometimes I know that relationship is not going to work, but I had a lot of that relationship, and I kind of like imagined like this is my life, and till the end of my life it's going to be like this. So okay, I go in that relationship, maybe next few months or next few years I will understand that he's not or she's not good for me, so I'm gonna let it go. I in my whole life, my entire life spent by something like this, and I think I kind of like got used to it. So this is maybe the reason why I know that they're not good, but I think still I just go, and I think it's a part of my life.
Okay. And yeah, interestingly that you're aware of this form that happens, and such a pattern in your life, and you wanted to do something for yourself. So let's go a bit backward. That in your relationship, when I ask you that what benefits you, it sounds that you get a good feeling from people in that you are in relation with them. Would you please explain that feeling, good feeling, more?
The good feeling that I get from people.
Yeah, even though that you need to say no, but you don't, because you get good feeling from them.
I I don't know. I always try to be nice to people. I always want to help them. Even if it takes time of me, and I know that maybe it's going to make me really exhausted, but I still want to be helpful. I want to just be, if I can do something, why shouldn't I'm going to do it. But every single time, this is not going to be helpful. This is not going to end well. So many people in my life don't deserve me to be nice with them. Like, there are so many people comes into your life, and they just come to teach you things. And unfortunately, they teach me things, but in return, I also did a lot of things for them. So the good feeling is just like I've always had this feeling when I do something for someone, they get happy. So I'm going to forget everything that they've done to me, just because I know that I've did something good at least. So the good feeling that I get, it's only this. I only know that I'm going to be happy myself, and it's something that I've done for myself.
So can you think a bit more that to name that feeling when you do something for somebody, help somebody, and then you get a good feeling? Can you go more specific? What is this good feeling? What kind of person you are? You see yourself then?
Let me think a bit of this, but I actually never thought of it. I don't know. The only thing that is, it's the moment that I think I've done something good, and they kind of, maybe they like me more, or they just I don't know. I'm going to fit in that group. It's just like I've always been like this. I've always been like this, and I've always done a lot of good things so that I can just be in people's heart, and to just, I've always wanted them to be with me and not leaving me. And maybe I've always done that for not like get left behind. So I think it might be this. I'm not really actually knowing that something else.
Okay, so let's go a long shot, Rosie. Do you agree to just such a play, a very short visual play?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back and look at a person such as Rosie, who does this feeling, who has this feeling and does such activity to please a person, to love them, to like them, to help them, and she does whatever she can. What kind of a person she is? That when you look at her,
I'm sorry, mommy, I cannot really hear you well. I don't know if it's about my laptop or something.
I can hear you completely. Can you hear me now?
There's just like
Okay. Wait
like
a minute.
robot saying it.
No, maybe my band. So I'm going.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I
I'm
can hear you.
sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I want to camera off. I just kicked out of the room. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's okay. So I do my camera off to maybe to have the better connection.
Great.
I ask you that if you want to explain Rosie as a person who does helping, who do whatever she can to other people to make them happy. If you want to tell me about this girl, how can you explain? For example, she is a top girl. What kind of a person she is?
She's a very nice person. She has a really sweet heart. She tries to help every single person that she sees. Uh, but she kind of like tolerate the bad things that they tell her. She just she don't say anything. She doesn't say anything actually. She see things, she hear things, and but she still decides to not say a lot of things just because she doesn't want to she doesn't want others to leave her.
Mhm.
And she is a very talented person. She's a painter. She is a singer. She plays piano. She learned a lot of things in her life all by herself. And she's so strong. And I know she's so strong enough that she can handle a lot of things in her life. This is not something that she is going to be afraid of it.
Mhm.
But I know that she does all that things. She does that things just because she maybe needs attention of her friends or family, or because she never had that huge attention from her family. So she
Mhm.
needs it to just she wanted to receive that attention from her family
Mm. Yeah.
or her friends.
Okay. And such a lovely, strong, capable girl. Thank you for introduction. And so, unfortunately, we have less than 5 minutes. Maybe we are over time, but just I want to just to wrap up our session. And as I mentioned before, that we can continue this session tomorrow, because I don't like to have open files, and I know that this session is going to be a practical session. So, so feel free for that. Don't worry. And if we want to finger on what kind of person you see, and then what you want to achieve, what is your thought now when you look at this lady? Um, she wants to be strong to saying no and not to have a fear of letting people go. So, and such a girl who is capable and strong till now. What is your thought now when you
I
have a long
want,
shot? Yeah.
yeah, I actually, the only thing that I want to tell her, as if it's me, I want to just let her know that she is strong enough all by herself. She doesn't need anyone. She doesn't, if someone wants you, they're going to do everything for you. They're just going to make you happy. They're just going to buy you things. They give you the attention that you need. I really want to tell her that she's all, she did a lot of things all herself. This is not something that it's going to beat her. This is not a huge problem. She can handle it. She can just get over it. And I know that the only thing that I want her to, or myself, better talk about myself.
Mhm.
The only thing that I want to know is I've done a lot in my life, and this is not something that I'm not capable of doing it.
Mm. For sure. And for sure, yeah. And as you introduce this girl to me, it's more likely to happen. So Thank you for your statements. So inspiring. You can understand maybe from my trembling voice,
Yeah.
and I get inspired. Thank you. So, is there anything that you want to add or last minutes of our session uh, about you, yourself, and your struggling? What can, or maybe you can talk about your takeaway. Rather than this no this statement, very nice statement.
I just want to say thank you so much for having me tonight. It was an honor for me to be here and to talk about myself and my life and my issues. And hopefully, this session, I'm going to listen till the end of the session. And uh, if I'm allowed, am I allowed to listen?
mm, I think this is your session. Yeah, for me, no limitation, but yeah, we can double check with Meetup, but I think
Okay.
yeah, there's
Okay.
no barrier. Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you so much for having me, and it's really nice to be able to talk about your problems. I am not afraid to talk about it, and if you talk about it, it means that you really wanted to fix that.
Mhm.
We really wanted to just make it a great experience for your life, because I don't really want to just spend the rest of my life trying to just, you know, asking for help and asking for people to stay in my life. I just wanted to be the strong person that decides and make decisions for her life.
Okay, for sure you will be, you are, and you will be more. And I want to congratulate you for putting yourself in a vulnerability seat as
Thank you.
myself as a coach in front of people. And thank you for helping us and coaches community to
You're
listen to
welcome.
you. And in a one sentence, can you tell me what is in your basket before
Um,
leaving?
I actually understand. I kind of like hear something from myself. Then it was I I never thought of that, but maybe the attention that I talked about, and
Mhm.
it's something that I never kind of like listened to that voice of myself, because I've always thought I don't need attention. But I think right now, as I said it, and I don't know where did it came from. It wasn't me saying these words,
Mhm.
but I think I need to work on that, the self-confident, the, just to be the greatest in your life. And definitely so many great people, you will see great people in your life too. If you are the best people comes around your life. So I think I need to work on that, the the confident. I really need to be confident. I need to just think that I am enough, and
Mhm.
I don't really need to work on so many things to show people that I'm enough.
Mhm. Mhm. Great, great, and great to see that. And thank you for sharing it. And as I mentioned, that always I am here. Here, I mean, here for you after
Thank
the
you so
session or
much.
next days, because you are a capable lady. And am I allowed to share about your new news that is coming?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, okay. So I am going to introduce a very newborn pilot, a Persian pilot that by 2 months she's going to be a pilot. So, yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. It's
Yeah.
6 months actually. Let me correct that. It's 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
6 months, yeah. So you are a pilot, actually, just you're going to get your paper maybe.
Of
Okay.
course, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And I'm done. And Rosie, um,
Yes.
regarding everything said in our session, still are we permitted or are we allowed to keep
Yes,
your
yes, I
recording?
am
Okay.
totally, yes,
Okay.
I am totally fine with it. Thank
Okay.
you so much for having me, and thank you so much, dear Hami, for talking to me and to everyone who's listening today.
I do thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Rosie. Second time, okay, for the second time, I should congratulate you, your future newcomer. And thank you, Hami, for a great session. Whenever you see the smile behind the camera that is close, that is the beauty and the portrait that you have got from ICF coaching competencies. I really appreciate the openness of Rosie for sharing it, and the great session full of listening, full of learning from you, Hami. So we will be having Dr. Clare's insights on the coaching session that has happened. Dr. Clare, floor is yours.
Thank you. So first of all, Hami, well done, because it's brave to coach in front of other people. It's a vulnerable thing to do, so well done. And what way would work best for you in terms of receiving this feedback, knowing that you've got an audience?
As you mentioned, I chose to be on the very hot seat to get as much as feedback, because I am very appreciated feedback, and I believe and I am in a process of growing with feedback. So full credit, Dr. Clare.
Okay, so for the sake of all our learning together in this system today, do I have permission to be to the point?
Sure.
So would you prefer a little bit of sugar coating, or I stretch you that little bit in terms of your development as well?
The second,
The
please.
second. I
Yeah.
thought you might say that.
Yeah, I am a challenger and adventurous, even in coaching.
Okay, so I've taken some notes. I'll go through the notes. I'll give you space in case at any time you wish to, of course, share your perspectives as well. But let's start with, what do you feel was your, and be brave, just say this, what was your biggest strengths as a coach for that session, and what was a potential development area?
You mean that in my perspective, what's the development area as a coach? Yeah.
From that session.
Yeah. To now, because I'm sure that after listening that I will find a lot of potential. But to now, because when I am in a session, it is difficult to observe myself and work as a coach. So the potential is listening. That I notice myself, and to finger on the words come from the client is a very highlighted potential that I found in this session to myself.
And interesting, you did the development area first. It's only data, but all data's data.
Yeah. I could interrupt to not to go to the data, and to have the deeper session and more time to dive in. I could do it, and I found myself that I didn't interrupt her. I found myself, but I didn't. But I observed myself that I was eager or curious to listen to her. But this curiosity not helping my client, I know, just getting data from my client, that maybe not helpful for our session. I saw it as a second person, as an observer. I saw it, yeah.
So what I'm hearing there is you were self-managing to make sure you didn't interrupt.
I did. Completely, I did self-managing, not to interrupt. And 2 times I interrupt, I found myself not comfortable. And I am working on it. I work in it with my mentor. Maybe it comes back to our culture, but I am working on it, to interrupting, to have agreement to interruption. And so I saw myself, yeah, and I stopped myself.
Sure. Okay, so is there any particular thing you want to get out of the mental coaching session?
Yeah. There were some places that I got lost. I know that it goes back to the listening, because it is maybe an excuse, but just I want to share. Normally, I have my note system that I typed, for example, the words, and here there is a change of this session, and I manage the other things like the elements on the monitor or something like this. So I know that it happens sometimes. I want to be able to not let other things distract my presence following my listening, because it is normal. It may happen anywhere. I don't want to dependent on my own frame. So it can help me if you give me some suggestion to coach in any situation, and to be present as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And by focusing on that, what will that bring to you?
Okay, if I can do it, I can do such a practice more, and I can grow my career and my masterfully in coaching, because when I make myself practice in such a way so I can coach in any situation, it means that I am a coach, not dependent on a frame or a strategy or for example, a single approach. So it comes to my blood. It seems like this. It became me. It will become me as a coach. If if I can, for example, in my life, I run. I am a runner. I run in any way, cold, warm, in a holiday. I run. I don't check not, for example, distraction, something like this, and I always do it. So I want to do it in coaching as well, and and this focus can help me to be a coach, an organic coach.
Perfect. I love that analogy. And what will doing this bring to your clients?
Would you elaborate on this question, please?
So by experiencing that yourself as a coach, being able to work in all situations, what will that bring to your clients?
Of course, I am in service of the client, not in service of myself as a person, maybe dependent on the ego to get data or something like this. When people hire me or something like here, I am completely a person who should be as a coach for her or him. So the real coach, not,
It becomes sort of embodied.
Yeah. So, yeah. Nice word. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll go down my notes and interrupt at any time, Hammy.
Interrupt me, you mean?
Interrupt me at any time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So what have we got first here? I've got oh, sorry, 1 second. There we go. So that was lovely at the very start where you said, what's the most important thing you'd like to focus on today? That's lovely, because I mean, we know at worst it's saying what's not working that you want to focus on. And of course, sometimes there's things that are working that people want even more of. So by leaving that really open, that's the best way to start the coaching session. I was very aware then that Rosie spoke a very lot for a long time. And it's always so tricky for coaches to know whether to let that carry on or to choose to interject or interrupt to get them to go to the essence. So what I mean by the essence is, and what's this really about? Or what's the key point here? Or from what you've said, what's one word to sum it up? But it is always a fine line between letting them carry on at that bit and interrupting. So sometimes in the alliance, the contracting in the actual session, I say to the person I'm coaching, do I have permission to butt in and blurt and ask you to bottom line? They always say yes. So then it's okay. And on an ICF recording, if you've contracted in to do that, then it's okay to interrupt if you feel that that's what's needed. And then I'm also going to be sharing what I was experiencing, because as coaches, noticing what we're experiencing is useful, and quite often we can share that back with the person we're coaching and they can get insight from it. So as she was talking, I was feeling something, I feel a bit spaced out here because I'm just sharing now. I've got a sore throat. I'm also not in my normal surroundings. I'm in the UK. So it just all feels slightly bizarre for me. However, what I was experiencing at that exact point was something here as if she needed to take a breath. It felt almost overpowering. And so when she'd finished talking, I might share that. I'm feeling like I need to take a deep breath and just be with those thoughts for a moment. What are you noticing now I've shared that with you? And probably what will happen is she'll agree with you. She'll feel like, she's blurted. Let's take a breath and take stock. Now, one reason for that in terms of also the way that humans think and the way the brain works, when we're breathing slower and calmer, we can actually use more of our executive prefrontal cortex, the executive functions. So we can gain more clarity, we can be more grounded, we can even be more creative. Whereas when it's la 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 la, we know it's harder to think. So there's a benefit in almost inviting them to slow down. Okay? And with everything I say, Hammy, I also know, because I do demos myself, that when we're doing a demo, we may not do things quite in the same way that we normally do, just because of that extra layer of having an audience. Sometimes I notice in demos, people want to jump into the middle bit, the solving and the uncovering, when sometimes in demos, just like normal coaching, stay in that bit longer with, and why this topic, why now, you did that. That bit is so important as well. Okay, so then she was sharing that if she says no, everything will be better. So just a little bit of information there. That thing of say no, everything will be better. So that may be true, and it may be exaggeration. Sometimes people can psychologically hang on. If I do that, my life in every area will be better. So I may have challenged that. And I may have chose not to challenge it because there was a lot that she said. And so the other thing there is, I love the way you championed by saying congratulations when she said she's having better relationships. And we know that championing, you know, giving that praise is on the competencies as well. So well done with that. And that was great. You gave a really clean question. What does it mean for, well, the question was something like, because I'm writing notes, obviously, because things are going fast, something like, what is a healthy relationship to you? That wasn't the exact wording, but that was the essence of the question. That was great. Now, give more space, because she shared, I may have chosen to stay with that even longer. So she shares, stay with it, and what else? Because quite often there's more than one thing. And that giving space where their thinking's still happening before we ask the next question. And then it was interesting because part of this is for us to decide where to go next. It was interesting when she brought in a systemic focus. So what you know this, what I mean for that for others on the call is this wasn't just happening in her romantic relationships. It's also been happening in her friendships. So that means it's happening in numerous parts of her life. So what's great about this and what's a gift when we're coaching is when that's been shared, when someone works on this thing, it can impact the many different parts of their life and not just their romantic relationships in this case. So we may say something to make them aware, just even repeating back the exact words that they've said, or repeating the words back and then saying, so what I'm hearing is this is playing out in different parts of your life. That's really important for her to recognize. You know, we can stress it a little bit more. And then I just wrote in a box, don't know why it was a box, but there we go, boundaries. So much of this is about her not putting up the boundaries that she wants. So whether it's the word boundaries or other things, sometimes saying, what's one word for this? Or sum up your learning so far in the session. That can bring this type of thing out. So keep doing even more check-ins. And what have you learnt? We're halfway through the session. What have you learnt about yourself already in the session?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is for masterful coaching, because I know you're moving that way, Hami, is to also go to things like, so the session focus was this. Where are we now in terms of achieving your goals for the session, or even better, our goals for the session, because it is a partnership. So keep doing that check-in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. Clare, may I just ask something about previous topic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, about boundaries, because I am reading stuff that focus on boundaries. In that moment, the boundaries flashed in my mind, but again, I stopped myself that not to lead. So maybe I could ask a question, something like you mentioned, to deepen and maybe our session move to the boundaries that this person maybe is not clear about the boundaries. But again, I note here boundaries when she mentioned, but I didn't mention anything, and it seems that I stop myself with the fear of not leading her.
Yeah, and I can even see in your body language there. It's like
yeah. Okay.
uncomfortable. So
yeah.
It's something that I believe we all need to play with. There is a fine line between what is leading, and we have an agenda, and the other side of it, which is us getting even more curious. So it's, you know, I mean, I've got it there. I wrote the word boundaries in a square.
Yeah.
And you thought of it as well. Clearly, there was something in your relational system, in that bit of coaching there, around boundaries, because you and I thought of it. So what I might do is, I can see, or the word boundaries is, you know, present in my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
What comes up for you now I've shared that? The thing is, Hammy, we're not leading, because she
Okay.
might say nothing comes up and she might carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Great point.
So
And
imagine
okay.
you're giving it as a gift, and
Okay.
people can always throw the gift away, give it you back, or they can use it.
Yeah. Great points. Merci.
If you'd have said, let's talk about your boundaries now,
Yeah. Leading.
leading.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything else?
No. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the other thing is, if you listen back to this, be aware that on a few occasions, and I mean a few, there was question stacking, so more than one question at a time. And there was sometimes when you talked, which is absolutely fine, you asked a question, but then you carried on talking.
Yeah.
And then there was talk, question, talk, and then you repeated the question.
Yeah, doctor,
So
I'm better than before. It was the routine of my coaching. Now I am very great. If my mentor was here,
they'd
can
be proud.
witness. Yeah, I'm better. Yeah.
Good. So I don't like to use the word formula, but if you think of it as a formula, say, ask the question, and then,
Pause. Great.
yeah, clean language, as short as possible, as succinct as possible. 80-20, they should be talking for 80, we should be talking for 20 or less. And obviously one question at a time, otherwise they don't know which to answer.
Of course. Yeah, doesn't remember the second one, maybe the first one.
Yeah. So that's that. So in the new, we say the new competencies, they're about 2 years old now. In the new competencies, ICF have used the word partnering 1 million times. I exaggerate. And so one thing you said, for example, but I noticed this a few times, was double check what I have from you. So you were repeating back what she said so far to double check what you have got from her. Now, it could be argued that that's a power relation, where she down here is giving you the information and you're the checker. Okay, so the word check isn't the issue. Just say, let's see what we've got here. And I'm stressing the word we just because you see that's a partnership. If it's let me check what I've got, you can see the difference.
Yeah, it is a language barrier. I got it. Thank you. Yeah.
And then there was another one. I just want to leave them. That's what she said. And then you said, so what I have from you, instead you can say, so what we've got here so far is this. And of course, inviting her to sum up as well.
Yeah. I want to share something about this subject object, confusing. That's I have a discussion with my colleagues, that when we say I have from you, I heard from you, I got from you, or I picked from you, it was normal that I have learned in this case from my first school, okay? And through the master coaching, I am getting familiar with the language that you are using. So here I want to take the just seat to I don't know, use you to learn from you, just to make more clear about this subject object confusing, that exactly are we allowed to say I in a partnership platform, because in Persian we use I got from you, I hear from you. But we have a just discussion with our colleagues that, okay, we use it because I got from you. You say this, but I got from you. But here is not misunderstanding, just a shift for me or maybe my colleagues. Just would you please just make a very clean statement that how we can use it when we want to wrap up or reflect to our clients.
Yes.
Thank you.
So interestingly, saying I isn't terrible, it isn't wrong. However, if you consider a partnership, you've got you, you've got them, and in the middle, you've got the coaching. Call it the third entity. So it's what we've got in our coaching session. It's not just their coaching session. This session is your session as well. Of course, there's times when we have to use I, such as, you know, when I said what I was experiencing was a feeling that I need to breathe deeper and slower. They are probably feeling that as well. The coaching in the middle needed her and you and the coaching to be having more space. So of course at that point using I isn't an issue at all. So it's almost like you hear a lot more I, what I've heard, what I've noticed, etc., etc. In ACC. With MCC, there's a lot more partnership conversation. That said, if people are trained deeply in Gestalt coaching, I is used a lot more. However, it's used in a way that brings out real depth and enables the person to go to who they're being, not just what they're doing, their values, unpacking their beliefs to see if they are true or not true, just things they've taken on. So it needs a deeper dive into really understanding the Gestalt approach. Does that help?
Yeah, it is settling. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd listen back and just think, you know, if you're talking about what's going on for you in the session, of course if you're talking about the session itself and what's been said so far, that is your session and her session. So what's come up in our session so far is X.
Yeah, actually, I found something in this session, today's session. It happens normally, organically. I shift to we, if really it is we. But when I said I in that session, it was because really it was about me. Because I didn't listen maybe very carefully or very deeply, so it was about me. I was checking my understanding, but it is like a domino play. If I listen actively, if I am completely present, we are partner in the same line, and just we check together what's going on, and no need to say I see this.
And so I love that because it's leading to, let's check our understanding
Yeah.
of what's come up so far in the session.
Yeah. Yeah. When I check my understanding, it comes to me that I didn't get her enough completely. I'm afraid to not listen her completely. Because of this, I check my understanding. But when I am fully present in the session, just we both check our understanding because we are in the same way as a partner. Yeah. It is such a very, nice shift that I love to catch. Okay.
And it's subtle,
Yeah, it is. It is.
a
I
little
found it.
shift.
Yeah, I found it. So it will be settled. Yeah.
Brilliant. And then we got to this point, and I was thinking to myself, yes, you even asked her really well, what's important to you today? And why did you pick this topic? For MCC, I'd go even deeper. So why this topic? Why now? What would focusing on this topic bring to you? Bring to your relationships? What specifically do you need to leave with? And what else? And so if she says something like she wants to leave with clearer boundaries in her relationship. So there's a part of that that can be done in the session. You can even role play her saying no. However, the practice of that she has to do out of the session. So at that point, I went back to, what is the goal for the session? What does she want to leave with? Is it skills? Is it more knowledge and understanding of this topic? Is it a behavior shift? If you think of skills, knowledge and behaviors, that can be quite useful in terms of working out the session goal together. A session goal can also be, just one second, I need to ask for some water, 1 minute. A session goal can also be her reflecting on the way she is in relationships. Even that, I want to leave with a deeper reflection and understanding of the way I am. There's no fixing at all in that. There's no action afterwards, maybe, but it's a clear and it's a realistic session goal that can be achieved. And the way we'd know if that session goal is achieved is by at the end saying, what do you know about yourself now that you didn't know at the start of the session? And you're helping the assessors that way because you're giving them, ta-da, look, it worked. She shared more of what she knows about herself. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, so that's that.
About
And
agreement, sorry.
go on.
Yeah, about agreement, after you finish, I want to ask a question.
Sure. So the only other thing I was going to say there is, in the session goal and checking in that we're halfway through achieving the session goal, returning to the session goal at the end as well. Also blending in beliefs and values. And when you, I'm making this bit up, but, and when you act in this way, what values are you honoring or values are you living?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the reflection bit, what more do you know about your beliefs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great points. And may I ask a question? Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Referring to the session, when I asked the achievement, she said about to be strong when she wants to leave people in toxic relationship, and then during maybe in the middle of the session. And we got to the point that she wants to say no. For me, in that time, I saw myself that, oh, here it's need to rescheduling the agreement. But I didn't do any action. Just I want to hear from you your thoughts and learn from you. Was it needed to reschedule the agreement at first and then in the middle?
So interestingly, Hammy, I believe that you know the answer to that because your intuition was telling you, do I need to?
But why I didn't?
Why didn't you?
Okay. Again, it is something that self-managing is not serving me here, I think.
So the other thing is, these types of things, we can be a little more hesitant when we've got an audience. So
Okay.
don't give yourself a hard time.
Okay.
And maybe if there wasn't an audience, you would. And the other thing is, if you ever have an audience in future, if you've got a bit of intuition or a feeling that you need to go somewhere or do something, just do it.
Okay.
Trust yourself more. So that's good. You know, I'm not coaching you now, but it's like who are you being as a coach? I'm choosing to be brave and move along with what my intuition's telling me.
Yep. Thank you.
The other thing is, you know, the bit around she wanted to leave people. So I challenge, is that realistic in the session? Well, it is if she picks up the phone and tells someone our relationship's over. However, can she really leave people in the session unless she does this? So sometimes we can go to smart time, you know, be really specific. Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it resonant with their desires, with their values? Is it realistic? T, is it possible in the time we've got together? That said, Peter Hawkins, for one, and there's been other research done on it as well, around fast forward. So what I mean by that is in the actual coaching session or the supervision session, and mental coaching session, you practice together and they are more likely to use that and do that after the session. So for example, role playing with her, you're the other person in the relationship and she practices saying no, that is more likely to happen when she's out of the session. And of course you can dive into, and what are you experiencing right now that you've said no? And she can work to lock in that feeling of, you know, if it's a good feeling of saying no. Okay.
You mean, yeah, you mean the what we say, how we say in English, simulate, yeah, simulate it in a session is something like
role play. Yeah,
such a role play, and just touch it. How does it go? How she feel it when just she wants, for example, go to the contact, or for example, writing something in the message. Yeah, and yeah, it is such a practice that we can ask the client or invite her if she agree. We can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And you were also using the Gestalt empty chair, whether you were aware of that or not, when she was talking about she She wasn't talking about I, she was talking about she is this, she is that. So she was talking from an observer perspective. And after that, you can always invite her. Now go back to I, just ground yourself, connect with yourself. Sometimes going to the breathing can help there. And now you've heard from the observer perspective. What more do you know?
Yeah, there was a gap here. The connection, I could make a connection. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes me giggle because, and there was a connection issue one time in the session. There's always parallel processes. What happens there, happens in real life.
For sure.
I've said that already. So I'm going to my next page. Yeah, there was a lot of praising. Well done. You've left the relationship. You're really good at championing. So the other thing is, there was one point where the question said something like, there is the fear, can you see? Instead of see or hear or taste, touch, smell, it can be useful to use the word experience. What are you experiencing? Because if we ask someone what they can see, that's just one of the many different things we can experience. So it makes it, I know I'm using the same word, but it makes it a bigger experience if we use the experience.
Yeah, cool.
And then they can go to see, hear, taste, emotions, cognitive, somatic, and so forth. And then just that bit that I said before, can you tell me the fear in that moment? Can you tell me? Just shift that to what was the fear in that moment? Instead of her telling you. And then there was also, I noticed a question in the chat around this one. So what's tricky when we're working with people in ICF level 1 for ACC? Sometimes we have to go to the absolute, like as if it's the law. And the reason is because we don't want people to get into bad habits. So we say coach in the present. It's about deepening understanding and moving the action forward to the future. And you brought in the past, and that was absolutely fine. The reason it was fine, because you said, what way is that impacting you right now? So it's the past experience on what's going on right now. And that's why it's not therapy, and that's why it's okay. So I hope that answers the question to the person in the chat as well, because she was bringing in things that had happened in her childhood. So it was just natural for you to ask that as well. And then when there was that little conversation around what the fear is, you may choose to say, what's a metaphor for that? And sometimes even more can come out if we go metaphorical. You know this, but for others on the call, something like the fear is like thunder. Thunder like what? Thunder like loud, and thunder like scary, and thunder like death, whatever. But people can connect even more, and we can visualize the images, we can hear the thunder. It brings in a lot more experience as well.
Yeah, and also in the checking the feeling good, when I asked her to name this feeling good, to go deep, I could use metaphor to explain what kind of feeling it is good. I could
Love
do
it.
it.
I love that. What kind of brilliant. That's very clean language as well. And the other thing with that is, I'm not saying you should have, I'm saying another way we can do it, because metaphors are amazing, is to go somatic. And where is that fear in your body? You know, I'll be honest, a few years back, no, maybe 10 years back, I used to think to myself, I can't do somatic work with senior executives. They'll think it's woo-woo and crazy. What a load of rubbish. What belief I held that wasn't true. They go there. Totally. And the more we can connect with what's going on in our body, the more we can understand ourselves, but also notice it in the future. So it's almost like the coaching session is a practice for us connecting with ourselves even more. I see you're thinking there, Hami.
Yeah, I am not blaming myself, just a big question, Hami. You got these points in that time that the metaphor came in your mind, because I am a metaphor coach. I use a lot of metaphor in my coaching. I self-managed not to use those tools or something like this. Just I am thinking to that moment what exactly I felt, that I didn't use it. Just I was looking for that feeling in my body. Yeah.
So play it back and just pause it at that time and see if you can reconnect.
Yeah, I am going to do it for sure, because mentoring my sessions, listening to my session works a lot. Yeah.
But remember that I've been mentoring for years. You know, so like Iman, understanding the competencies inside out. You know, there's so many things we can say, but like I have said, doesn't mean you should have gone somatically. It's just sharing for everyone listening another way that we can do it. So someone asked for a little bit more information on that. So I'll give an example. Let's say I'm nervous about flying. So we could go metaphorical. Nervous like what? Nervous like an egg smashing on the floor. And then it's like, you know, the fear of crashing maybe, or the plane breaking or whatever. So that's one way, that's the metaphor way. And the other way, or one other way, is where do you feel this fear in your body? So what we mean by that is, it's interesting as well, people can feel different fears in different places. So the fear may be here, and it's like, it's because I'm thinking about it too much, and I did a little bit of, you know, engineering, and I know all the ways planes work, and, you know, I worry if something's going to go wrong. So you can see the fears here. The fear may be here. The fear may be in our heart, should something go wrong. And our fear is not to see our loved ones. The fear may be in the stomach. You know, I had a really bumpy landing to Manchester, England a few days ago. And whoo, you know, the fear really was in the stomach, because it was the turbulence. Have you ever, anyone on the call, had that experience in your stomach on a fair ride or the plane? So we can do it. We can go somatic. And so many times like that, it's dead easy to go somatic. But we may not have done that with relationships, which was the topic. So I hope that helps the person who was asking the question about somatic work. Soma is the body, so that's where it comes from. Somatic coaching is connecting. And when we were cave people, you know, running around chasing the animals, fight or flight, we connected with our bodies so much more. That thing of when the Aborigines, for example, can smell that the weather's changing and it's going to rain. That's connecting with our senses. And it's almost like many of us, life and the way things are in the world and technology have taken us away from that connection with our bodies. And yet when we use it, it really works. So what else have we got? Oh yeah, it was good when there was a few things coming. It's about 3/4 of the way through the session, and there was a few things coming up in terms of, I call them like paths. Which way should we go now? And there was 2 particular things, and you asked her, and she said, let's go to the saying no. So that's in partnership, because it was an invitation to decide together, and then she chose where to go. That was lovely when you said, even though her camera was off, you could hear her smile and then she laughed. Sometimes I put in the chat, if I'm coaching someone and they're off camera, I usually turn mine off, and sometimes even close my eyes just to connect with them. And there was one person I coached and they never had their camera on at all. I still to this day don't know what they look like. Doesn't matter. We can even connect with what's going on emotionally for them in the silences, even on a phone call. That was good. What benefits will you get from saying no? That was a great question. And you could take that even more systemic. What's the benefits for you saying no? What's the benefits for them? What's the benefits for the relationship? What's the benefits for your future self? And there's sometimes when maybe not as relevant to this one. Well, actually, maybe it's very relevant. What's the benefits for your children? If they've got children or want to have children in the future, because in a way, practicing boundaries is a good thing to enable children to see and experience so that they can then have their boundaries as well. And then in a box, I've got more space. So there was just 1 or 2 times when she spoke and there was still a feeling of her thinking. Stay with it. I've done it when I've been mentoring you. There was one point a few minutes ago and I said, Hammy, you're thinking. I realized the gestalt hadn't closed. You were still thinking. So if I'd have jumped into the next point on my list, I'd have been interrupting your thinking.
Yeah, hearing the waves as you did.
Yeah, so it's an invitation there. It's almost like just holding the space. And we may hold it for a little while. And then we may say, and what else? And if there's nothing else, we just move on. And then yeah, something that we can play with. Some people call it an experiment. So she said, maybe I'm going to be alone my entire life. My goodness, what a statement. That is like her giving you a gem, a diamond out the ground that needs polishing as a metaphor, something to work with. Yeah. And so I'd be inclined to repeat that back to her. be alone my entire life. What comes up for you around being alone your entire life? Just those gems, keep polishing them. Unfortunately, this might not be a nice gem that goes shiny because of the topic. However, stay with it. And then the other thing there is also, you can go somatic there. You can get them to exaggerate. So exaggerate that. You are alone your entire life. What's going on for you now? So that's the stretching it out. And people can then, I don't want that. And they can make really profound decisions because we've given them the space to exaggerate it, or the other way. And what if you're never alone? Absolute opposite. There's great learning in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is trivial. You said, how can you deal with this fear? I'd be inclined to say, what ways can you deal with this fear? The reason is that quite often a how question goes to the left logical side of the brain. It's been proven on fMRI scans. However, the what question brings up more lights in the brain and the creative side.
Yeah, completely agree. And I know this, but I didn't apply to it.
Hami, I need to just share as well. You are brilliant in this feedback.
Thank you. You are brilliant, so it comes to me. It's the
But
wave.
just the vulnerable sharing, and also, the absorbing, and I can see that you're taking notes. Clearly,
Yeah.
a consummate professional who
Yeah.
really wants the most for their clients.
Yeah, I don't mean to miss this opportunity, Dr. Clare, to get feedback from you. And it is a shuttle. It works as a shuttle in my coaching. If I work on these pieces, indeed.
Good. And then, yeah, so she's it was said about she was saying you go into a park and you might play a game and it might be painful and it might hurt. I was tempted to challenge her there and interrupt and encourage her to speak from I. So the reason she could in that point speak from I go into a park and I might play games and I might get hurt, because if it's at a distance, it's not her. It's just that bit further away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can even at the start of the session, if it came up last session, is it okay if I encourage you to connect with yourself more by saying I, and I'll remind you of that, and they'll say yes.
Yeah.
And then, so this is lovely, and I'm being very critical here, if that's okay. So you said, would you please, it was something about a good feeling and need to say no to get the good feeling from them. So miss out the would you please and just say what you want to say. And the reason is, by saying would you please, that's power again, because you're asking them. I invite you to.
Can you tell me?
Yeah. And she says here we can also play with using the same as they use. So she used the word here, so we may use that in the next question.
I didn't get you.
So I didn't write down exactly what she said, but she says, let's say she says, and I hear them talking.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got, visual people, we've got auditory people who, learn by speaking. We've got kinesthetic people who learn by moving. Sorry, auditory people who learn by hearing. And so she used the word I hear. So in our next question, we can say, and when you hear this, and then ask the question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So using the ones that she's used.
Mm-hmm.
There was humour, which is great because that shows that there's connection and presence in the relationship. And then I wrote down, what's the biggest learning about yourself? And you said I think you said what's in your basket. So me and you were on the same page. I just wrote it before you.
Yeah, but learning about yourself, I love it more because it addresses the person.
And you can go deeper. First of all, obviously one question at a time. What are you learning about yourself? What are you learning about you in relationships?
Mm-hmm.
What are you learning that you want to apply when we close this session?
Yeah, great landing.
And then I've written ways she shows up as confident. I'm sorry, I can't remember why I wrote that. I am here for you. That's nice. You can also use who or what can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And then trivial thing, but just to do with ethics. So I know this is being recorded. She was happy to have it recorded. She even agreed at the end it was okay to share the recording, but she might know where the recording's being shared. I don't mind where it's shared. If I'm just being picky here, so is it shared only with the people who are on the call, or is it shared with others? In terms of contracting, I'd make that even clearer with the client. And she may know that answer, and obviously in your community that might have already been agreed.
Okay.
So what's your biggest takeaway from that feedback?
I need more baskets. Takeaway? Yeah. I actually, there are something discovered. There's something that I was about to find in my sessions, but here, such a bomb in my potentials, and you picked them, and I was expected. Because of this, I am here. I didn't miss it. So I am going to continue working on those pieces, and maybe work on more confidence in sharing the intuition. And all the pieces is such a course for me that I am going to make a schedule to go to the session with this awareness that I'm going to work on them. So no words to say how big I am appreciated.
Fabulous. And thank you.
This is great. And in Persian, we have such a thank you, but just in English, I say thank you very much in a Persian format.
Fantastic.
Thank you, thank you. It was because of you. I redid my coaching sessions and all my learning from Dr. Clare. Thank you, Dr. Clare, for everything.
Pleasure.
for the generosity that you have got. Then you're sharing everything from the bottom of your experiences all these years. You're a gift to Iranian community. And whenever we here ask you to come to share your wisdom and knowledge with us, you were the first one to be open with it. And I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And dear Hami, thank you. And Rosie, thank you. We have had some questions. As far as I have read them all, they could all be answered during Dr. Clare's explanation. From my point of view, it was a very fruitful, productive, full of love, full of energy session. And Dr. Clare, if you have any last words, I'd be more than happy to hear from you.
I think the main thing is less is more. Speak less, all of us, speak shorter, listen more, because that's enabling the person that we're coaching to deepen their understanding of themselves and reflect.
Fantastic. Thank you. Less is always more. And I just heard something very beautiful, that the first part of Dr. Clare's mentoring questions, they're mainly based on seven-eyed model by Peter Hawkins. If you want to look for it, it's a good thing because it's a supervision base for seven-eyed model. It could be a great, input for you all to read it out more. And also what I have learned from Dr. Clare, just to wrap up a little bit, using we instead of I, in a point that we are partnering based on ICF coaching competencies, learning to be able to use all the words and do not be hesitant of going deep and deep and deep. And my last word before hearing Hami's words is, Hami, you have done a great job and you did it. And I myself was, your alternative for this session, because if you weren't be able to be here in front of Dr. Clare, I was the alternative, and I was a bit shocked. Oh my God, once again in front of Dr. Clare. It's always for me an opportunity, but it's a very, very big challenge. We have been, Dr. Clare has been mentoring me for the last 5 years, and I knew she could draw something very big from my coaching session, so I was a bit hesitant. Thank you, and it was not self-management. It was you and your presence and your wisdom at that time, and you are now a new coach with new knowledges, and we are now new coaches with new knowledges because of your courage. Thank you, Hami, your turn, and our floor is yours. I have to bounce, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Clare.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. And just, you make me addicted to your mentoring, Dr. Clare. I don't know what to do. Maybe in the future, I ring your bell.
Absolutely. You're all very welcome. Yeah, we do mentoring, supervision, and of course, supervisor training and coach training.
Yeah,
very happy to help.
In my journey, I will connect.
Fantastic.
Bye
Bye.
Bye bye. درود شب همگی وقت همگی بخیر. مرسی دوستان از همراهیتون. Thank you Meetup.
مرسی هامی جان. متشکرم.
ممنون هامی جان. فوق‌العاده
ممنون از
خب سمانه جان
خیلی عالی بود.
صبر کنیم.
دوستان خیلی متشکرم از همتون. خیلی خیلی ممنونم. واقعا متشکرم. هامی جان خدا قوت. روژی جان خیلی ممنونم. خیلی متشکرم دوستان، امشب رو هم در کنار هم بودیم. امیدوارم همتون لذت برده باشید. میدونم ساعت 9:17 است. مرسی که موندین. ان برنامه‌های آینده همتون رو میبینم و خدا نگهدار. خدا
ممنون، خدا نگهدار.